Wow. I can't believe we're here again. We got problems, and they're major ones. Down there in Alabama, great day in the morning. Once again, here we are on the short end of the stick. You know who it is. It's Truth Walker. And I'm here to tell you that you got an option to open your mind and see a truth. And we got problems. Let me tell you something. Here I am and looking at all kinds of information from the Schozner blog post, The Root, the Alabama.com. You got these sources coming at me telling me a story. And I'm looking at what's going on and I'm in shock. And man, they are virtually indicting the Attorney General, Jeff Wood. The acting Assistant Attorney General, actually, Jeff Wood. And believe it or not, good old U.S. Senator Luther Strange, an Alabama Attorney General, a U.S. Senator. And, of course, if you know the story, Oliver Robinson, a good Democrat, they tell me, throwing the two barrels at Joel Gibbert and Stephen McKinney. What happened? Let me give it to you. In 2011, an environmental protest took place. The Environmental Protection Agency found elevated levels of arsenic, lead, and carcinogenic hydrocarbons in an area on 35th Street or in the 35th Avenue in the northern part of Birmingham, Alabama. Now, what's the point? It's one of our communities. Well, it's one of our neighborhoods where the massive amount of the brotherhood exists. And I'm extremely frustrated because everybody's looking at each other, pointing at each other, and nobody's taking responsibility. And then when you do a little digging, turns out somebody sold their soul once again, feathering their own nest, but this time it's really serious. Hear me on this. The FDA, which nobody refutes, found arsenic. What does that mean? So if you got arsenic in the air, arsenic in the water, arsenic in the ground, arsenic brings about heart disease, lung cancer, bladder cancer, skin cancer, high blood pressure. This thing is extremely serious. And lead, well, what's the problem with lead? The neurobehavioral effects. Well, what's that? Cognitive decline, dementia, neuropsychiatric disorder. That's difficulty in concentrating, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, even suicide. This carcinogenic hydrocarbons causes cancer of all kinds. So when somebody says, hey, there's arsenic in the soil. Yeah, a little bit of, there's lead in the soil. You got to pay attention. And it's in our area, in our community, and here's what happened. They're telling... So you got big company, right? The Justice Department indicates that the top executive at Drummond Cole and two partners in the law firm, Bach Bingham, who were representing this Alabama company, Drummond Cole, the prosecutors allege that the men paid off an Alabama state representative, a brother, a Democrat, Oliver Robinson. What did Oliver do? Well, what's the problem? there was the undertow, an all-out effort to block the environmental remediation effort and an empowerment predominantly a predominantly soul brother neighborhood. What do you mean? Here's what's going on. They said, look, you got this crap. You got to do something. The EPA said you got to do something. You got to get this mess out of here. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to put you on the NPL. This is the National Priorities List. That means you businesses over here, you coal manufacturers, you steel producers who put this crap in this community, y'all got to pay for it. Let me tell you something. It turns out everybody's pointing fingers, and instead of jumping on the remediation that's required, that's poisoning the brotherhood, the so-called black man and his children, that's poisoning the neighborhood that's made up of those people. Somebody took a payout of that North Birmingham area known as 35th Avenue. So much so, they confessed that Robertson, this is Oliver Robinson, pleaded guilty to the charges of bribery, conspiracy, fraud, admitted he signed letters that were ghostwritten by Bingham attorneys that opposed the cleanup, and he secretly recorded the meeting with the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, and then reported back to the law firm, Joel Gilbert and Stephen McKinney. This brother took payout, signed his name to legal letters that were written that would keep the manufacturer, coal manufacturer, steel producer, that ultimately the residue from their services, their work, has contaminated the community. So they look the other way. It's only the so-called black people who fill this community. Well, yeah, it's only them that'll get the cognitive decline and dementia and the neuropsychiatric disorders and difficulty in concentrating, depression, post-traumatic distress disorder. They're not doing anything. So they're taking a payout, and then you got to throw in our good friend Luther Strange, the Alabama Attorney General and U.S. Senator. Well, what did Luther do? What did he do, for crying out loud? Look, it's this. The way this thing looks to me, I'm telling you, Oliver Robinson looks like not the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but like a henchman, because Dracula has somebody that works for him. Master, I will do your bidding. And he did the bidding, like an overseer of some kind. You feel me? But who's the Count Dracula in this place? So this is what went down. This attorney, after receiving 25,000 to his Luther Strange's re-election campaign, and it came from Drummond Coal. It came from the business in question that said, hey, you guys produce all of this crap that's poisoning the people that live here. Man, it turns out less than a week after receiving the cash, whatever, the 25 G's, a letter goes out. A letter goes out. And by the way, the Drummonds were the third largest donor that Luther Strange had. So this letter goes out less than a week after receiving the cash. It goes to the EPA, calling the national properties list premature and futile. And not only that, that Luther Strange sent out the letter from his office to the EPA, he blind copies the lawyers who sent them the $25,000. Say, look, see, I'm doing your bidding. Here it is. I'm sending them a letter. I know they found all of this poisonous crap that's infecting these people here, but it's going to cost you I know it's going to cost you tens of millions of dollars, as I understand it, to right this wrong and clean this mess up. So what we're going to do is see if we can keep you off that list, buddy. Damn the people. They're only the so-called black people. We don't care about them. They're the bottom of the society. They're like the bottom of somebody's shoe. It's only arsenic. It's only lead. What the hell are you worried about it for? You know what? I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. And Oliver Robinson, look, nobody's perfect, and I know we do business and politics and a little give and take. Come on, I'm not standing here claiming perfection in the highest level of nobility. I'm not even there. But my friend, they found arsenic, lead, carcinogenic hydrocarbons in the environment where we live, where people that look like you live. What are you doing? And I know, Igor, that you were doing the bidding of of some kind of vampire who didn't care about the people that look like you. Damn it. And then they're pointing, saying, it's not me, it wasn't me. No, I'm not responsible. I don't need y'all to spread and look at this other community too and see if it's poisonous over there. We got to stop this mess or we're going to be paying for millions. Did you put it there? Yes. Somebody's got to clean it up. Are you cleaning it up? If it was your children, if it was your grandchildren, if it was your family members with arsenic in the environment, with lead that's driving you crazy in the environment, what would you do?